How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map update for Farming Simulator 25 on the mod map Pallegney. And currently there's no history of a new save game being required. This is for changelog 1.1.0.0, and it reads: added alfalfa, added mustard, added alfalfa to BGA production, added mustard jar production to St. Luke Farm, added cover crop, added missing areas in the indoor area info layer, added missing collision for the northern retaining wall, fixed tip coal info layer, fixed floating trees, fixed rendering bugs of trees at the edge of the map, fixed pedestrian collisions on the central village staircase, fixed missing collision on the retaining wall, fixed cotton bale selling at the Souvlet Cooperative, disabled teleportation in the logging cranes, made cranes reset impossible, improved manure stability at Farm 1, improved pedestrians in the village, replaced some trees in forest parcels to have more harvester-friendly trees, various fixes for decoration objects, default open gates in grass meadows not owned by players, enabled missions in fenced meadows not owned by players, reduced purchase price of village land, slight modification of color grading, various other fixes. And that is it. So let's start at the top and work our way down. So right off the bat, it says added alfalfa and mustard. So let's go ahead. And also it says added cover crops. So let's go ahead and check that out all in one. So if we look here under crop types, we scroll down all the way to the very bottom, you'll see mustard, alfalfa, and cover crop. So those are the new fruit types, crop types that are available on this map. Next one says added alfalfa to BGA Productions. Well, we can check that out right here under our not owned biogas alfalfa right there. That is excellent. So 2,120 liters in, and you get 1,000 electrical charge, 1.8 liters of methane, and 1,750 liters of digestate. That's a lot. I guess it's not as much as I thought it was. It just seems like you get a lot of digestate out of these recipes. That's cool, though. Anyways. We've got the next one says added mustard jar production to St. Luke Farm. Well, our production that we own is the farm cheeses, which is the one there at the farm. Scroll down to the very bottom and you'll see jar of mustard, and required for that is 15 mustard in and 12 jars of mustard out. Next one is added missing area in the indoor area info layer. So not really sure what that means. So I'm going to just take them at their word that is fixed. Added missing collision for the northern retaining wall. Fixed tip coal info layer. Fixed floating trees. They don't specify which trees, so I can't show that off. Fixed rendering bugs of trees at the edge of the map. Again, not sure which trees were getting bugged, so going to skip that one. Fixed pedestrian collision in the central village staircase. Now, my presumption when they're talking about that is over here in the central village. Let's go ahead and visit there. My presumption is in this area over here. It's like right here, this staircase right here. I could be wrong about this, but that's kind of my guess, is that the people who were walking up and down these stairs, they were colliding and couldn't get through. Next one is fix missing collisions on retaining wall. Fix cotton bale selling at the Souvlet Cooperative. Now, one thing to note is that it's here listed as I think it's souffle, not soufflet, Soufflet Cooperative, but here it's listed as Soufflet Agriculture. So I think this is the one that they're talking about, and in which case the Soufflet Agriculture is this sell point up here on farmland number 127. So just a kind of heads up, I think this is the one they're referring to. Next one is disabled teleportation in logging cranes, made crane reset impossible, improved manure stability at Farm 1. So I think, let me backtrack to the made crane reset impossible, because it just kind of occurred to me. So I think what this is referring to is at places like the sawmill, if we visit, we have these cranes that are kind of pre-built onto the map here. So right over here, we have things like this. and we can actually go in and enter the crane. But before, we could probably like click on it and then reset it, and it would reset it to the main shop area. So I think that's what was going on, and this is now just its own entity. It's stuck. It's not going to be resettable or anything like that. Next one is improve manure stability at Farm 1. Improve pedestrians in the village. Replace some trees in the forest parcels to have more harvester-friendly trees. Various fixes for decoration objects. Default open gates and grass meadows not owned by players. So all around the map there are these grass meadows. And we're going to go ahead and go to this one here. And go over here. With these grass meadows, a lot of them are gated off. A lot of them have, you know, if I can get up to it. Wait, over here. There it is. Has these gates right here. But before, if you didn't own these fields, you couldn't interact with the gates. As you can still not do that. You can see I'm just standing right here. So what's going on is people couldn't get into these fields because they defaulted to closed. But now if we open this and buy that, just like so, we walk up to it, we can now close the gate no problem. So if you want to actually have a function gate, you can own the land and do so. But if you don't want to, if you want to be able to just do contracts, well, now you can get in here and do contracts. Next one says, enable missions in fenced meadows not owned by players. Reduce purchase price of village land. Now, I think what this is referring to potentially is this one in particular. 254, Farmland 254, is now $184,184. So I believe this is the one they're referring to. It's the kind of periphery area for the entirety of the map. And I believe it's saying that it has been reduced. Next one is slight modifications to color grading and various other fixes. And that's it. That is everything for changelog 1.1.0.0 here on Pallegney. And I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing to show you're enjoying this channel and enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.